So I actually just finished up an amazing weekend at retrorick's game convention, retrofest here in Arkansas. I was actually a vendor there. Here's my cool little badge. So a couple months ago, my buddy was gonna start selling there at this game convention, and he asked me if I wanted to go in half on the booth, and I decided to keep a bunch of stuff that I had as I was moving to go ahead and sell with him at the game convention. So we went there, set up, and I got rid of almost everything by the end of the weekend. It was awesome. And as I was making this money, I was making my way out to the floor and spending it just as quick as it was coming in. Every time I would make a good sale, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna find some more NES games to add to the collection. So I think I finished somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000 just for stuff I had sitting around that I wasn't really attached to. So I ended up spending all the money I made as I was making it. It was a good time. But I got a chance to meet a lot of cool people and see some old friends. But I thought I'd take this video to show you some of the pickups and show you how the NES collection is coming along. So Friday was a setup day, and we get there and we're setting up the booth, and Bowman Games comes over and shows me some boxes that he got. And one of those boxes was Micro Machines. Now this is just the box. It's in excellent shape, and I don't collect unlicensed. However, this is one of my favorite unlicensed NES games. So I do want a copy of this for the collection, and I ended up getting this off him. And also on Friday, before the convention even started, there was a YouTube channel there called Rad Junk, and they had a really nice Mega Man 5 and a really nice Mega Man 6 complete in box. And I really wanted 5 in my collection, and I offered him a trade, my Super Nintendo complete in box for Mega Man 5, and we ended up coming to an agreement. So I was able to get this on Friday before the convention even started. And then on Saturday, I went over and bought this after I made a little money. So the guy selling next to us had an amazing booth. He had all kinds of stuff you never see. He had like an NES test station, which was really cool, a lot of cool signs and everything. And he had a bunch of complete in box NES games. And one of them was Donkey Kong 3. And I had actually lost bidding to one of these, and he had this one in there for $150 in really nice shape, and I lost the bidding for one in similar condition at $300. So I'm kind of glad I lost out on that bid because I was able to find one about half the price. And then as I'm selling Saturday, somebody comes up and asks if we're buying games, which I wasn't really doing that. That wasn't my goal. My goal was just to get rid of all the stuff that I was bringing there. But I always look at what people are trying to trade or sell. And this guy just happened to have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Star Trek Next Generation. And I asked him how much he wanted for them. He said, oh, they're going for 60 to 75 a piece. So I offered him 120 for both, and he was more than happy to take it. And these are in really excellent shape, so I think I did pretty good there. So one of my favorite pickups from the weekend, Matt from Kapow Comics came over and asked if I was looking for anything specific. And I told him I really wanted a nice Super Mario Brothers with a hang tab for NES. And it wasn't 30 minutes later, he starts waving me to come over and take a look at this game. And I left my booth as soon as I got a chance, went over, and sure enough, they had a really nice clean hang tab Super Mario Brothers for NES, and it was $300. I talked them down to $280, and now I got one of the ones I wanted the most for my collection. I'm really happy about this one. So this next one I saw on Friday, and I went back for it first thing Saturday morning, and that game is Chippendale. This was $80. This came from Woodman Classics, and it's missing the manual, but it's a really clean box, and I really wanted a clean box, so I'll find the manual, and I'm really happy to add this one to the collection. I already have DuckTales and DuckTales 2, and I had Chippendale 2, but I was missing Chippendale, so now this one's knocked out. So Sunday rolls around and I bring more to the convention for trade that I had sitting here at the house. And one of those was Left Bros. Then I had a duplicate copy of Journey to Silius. And I also had another game, Rocket Robot on Wheels complete in box for the N64 that I got in trade just the day before. And there was a booth selling behind us, Disconnection from Memphis, which they've been on the channel before. I went in their store and got some games from them. But I asked them if they would trade Rocket Robot on Wheels and Journey to Silius for 2 of their games. And they agreed to do a straight up trade. And one of them was Turtles 2, which is one of my favorite games that I had growing up. And I got a really nice copy of Mega Man 3. And one of my goals was to complete the Mega Man series this weekend. So when I went to the booth that had the hang tab Super Mario, I saw another game sitting in there, Little Nemo the Dream Master, and I ended up going back for this one later on. And this one is in super mint condition, and it was priced really well, especially for its condition. So I ended up getting this one, and I brought it home and I tested the game, and it turns out the game does not work properly. So I will have to get another ROM, but man, the game is just so clean, it doesn't even bother me. This was a solid pickup. So this next one is pretty interesting. I tried to trade for this game with my Left Bros, but ended up selling the Left Bros and working a trade to get this game. And I was wondering why it was so cheap. I thought it might have been missing the manual or whatever. But it looks like it's in great condition. It's Bomberman 2, and it is complete in box. So the story on this is this was sent in for grading. And when the grading company got it, they ripped the box going all the way up. So you can see it has a nice rip going up the box there. But if you remember, I only had $15 into Left Bros anyway, and a lot of it was trade, so it's good enough for a placeholder for now to get this game. But people have suggested that I send my stadium events in for grading, and here's a prime example of why I'm not doing that. After I ended up getting Bomberman 2, I was just sitting in my booth waiting to sell more stuff because I was out of money again. Finally somebody came by and bought my PlayStation VR headset complete in box, and I went back to the same booth that had Bomberman 2 and ended up getting Daydreamin' Davy. And this was priced at $150, but this is the second day and everybody was giving deals. So I ended up getting this really nice copy of Daydreamin' Davy for $120. So I'm pretty happy about this one. And after that, I had all the Mega Mans except Mega Man 4, and the guy next to us selling, who also had the Donkey Kong 3, was selling this Mega Man 4 missing the manual. And I ended up making a trade to him because it was stuff I didn't even want to bring home anyway. So I just traded up for this, even though it was missing the manual. All I have to do is get a manual for this, and I have all the Mega Mans complete in box. So I'm really happy to get this, even though it's missing the manual. And I traded stuff I don't really care about for it anyway. These next 3 games Matt from Kapow Comics had at his booth, and they're Nightshade, a really nice hang tab load runner, and Jackal, which actually used to be mine already, and I was trading it for Super Nintendo games when I was working on the Super Nintendo Complete Box Quest. So this is just making its way back into my collection. But these 3 came at the end of the day, and it was really all stuff I just didn't want to bring home. I had like a Super Scope, the Batter Up Bat for Super Nintendo, big stuff, and right now I'm just living in a small room. I didn't want to bring this stuff back anyway, so I told Matt, I was like, hey man, I'll trade anything at my booth to you, 50% towards these games, 50% of the value. So he came over and picked up stuff for half the value as trade for these games. So at the end of the day, I had a little bit of money in my wallet and I thought I was gonna leave the convention with it. And then I walked past Woodman Classics booth again, and he has this beautiful copy of Gumshoe and the hang tab, really nice condition, and he gave me a really good deal on it. So that left me with just enough money for dinner. But then I remember that I have the box and manual for Snake's Revenge. So as everybody's cleaning up, I make a quick rush to look around for a Snake's Revenge cart. And Woodman Classics is one of the only booths that was left set up. He waited till the very end to tear down, which was smart because everybody was going to his booth since everybody else was tearing down already. And I was able to find the cart to complete my box and manual. And then I saw Kirby's Adventure 2, and he cut me a really good deal on this with the cart, and I also got a baseball game as well. It's not that important. But anyways, I said, who needs to eat dinner? And I got Kirby's Adventure complete in box as well. And that's it for the pickups at Retrofest here in Arkansas. So I know I've been really bad about getting videos out. I was actually planning on quitting YouTube altogether, but instead of quitting, I think I'm just gonna make videos as I enjoy doing them and make content that I wanna make. I'm kinda done trying to build this channel up. This has been a game channel for 7 years, and I'm only at 1,200 subscribers, and I can't top anything I've already done on this channel. I got stadium events complete in box, completed the entire N64 complete in box quest. I've been game chasing all over the world, Japan, Okinawa, Tokyo, Singapore. I've been game chasing all over the world, and I'm still sitting at 1,200 subs. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's because I never got a microphone. That could be it. I don't know. But you know, to put this much work into trying to build something, and you know, right after I released my stadium events video after being a game channel for 7 years, there was another one that released, a brand new YouTube channel that released getting a sealed stadium events, and excuse me, they matched my subscribers with just that one video. And their channel just started, and they have as many as I have after being a game channel for 7 years. So obviously my channel sucks to sit there and try to build it up anymore. So I'm just gonna make content that I enjoy making when I want to make it, instead of quitting altogether, which is what I was planning on doing. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. I'm Gamer Wayne, and thanks for watching.